Hey, what is up, fellow Raiders? This is Vulcan Dan, and in today's Raid Shadow Legends video, we will be talking about the new Fragment Legendary Champion. This event will begin next week, January 17 on that's a Monday. This guy is OPARDIN Clanfather from the Barbarian faction. He is a legendary champion, HP based, magic affinity. Looks really cool, but his kit not so much. So yeah, so let's go and let's talk about this champion. His A1 paired hammer attacks one enemy twice. Each hit has a 50% chance. Could possibly be booked up to maybe a 70-75% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 5% and 50% chance of filling this champion's turn meter by 5%. Yeah, so that's not a very good A1 right there. Could have been a lot better. Could just make it 100% chance, maybe make it so of course each hit has a 50% chance, make that a 100% chance. Increase turn meter by 5, decrease by 5, so this will be a total of 10. Still not a very impressive A1 right there. A2 AoE hit heals all allies by 10% off this champion's max HP. So of course he is HP based, so we can expect him to have a large HP pool. Will also heal all allies under continuous heal buffs by 15% instead. That's an okay hit. I hope that that one hits hard. Of course, it's an AoE hit. We've had an HP based champion that's an epic, which is Magnar, that hits really hard with his with that AoE HP hit. But this one, of course, we don't know the multipliers yet, but I'm hoping this hits hard because the other parts of the skill, heals by 10% of his max HP. So assuming you've built him up to 100,000 HP, so that's 10%. So that's around 10,000, 15,000 if they're under continuous heal. I mean, it's okay. I would prefer it to have an additional debuff, like for example, leech, AoE leech with a heal, or maybe apply shields, A3 removes all block buffs and heal reduction debuffs from all allies and places two 15% continuous heal buffs on all allies for 2 turns. Has a 75% chance, probably can be booked up to a 100% chance of removing one random debuff from all allies. So that's block buffs, heal reduction, plus another random debuff for a total of 3. But we have epics such as Mausoleum Mage that will simply remove all debuffs with no questions asked. So this is very situational. What if it's a decrease attack, weaken, decrease defense, stun? So this guy will simply remove one random debuff along with block buffs and heal reduction. So Mausoleum Mage has a better A3 than this one. Plus, of course, he also does that heal. And speaking of Mausoleum Mage, his A2 brings an increased defense. So I'm comparing this guy to an epic champion. So his kit definitely needs an upgrade, but we've seen Plarium do upgrades before. They've upgraded Pixneal, which is of course one of the most talked about champion last year, but not in a good way. Still, with Pixneal's buff, she was quite underwhelming. This guy really needs a buff. Maybe add leech, maybe make his A3 simply remove all debuffs. That would make it a lot better. And his only skill that requires accuracy is actually his A1. Decreases the enemy's turn meter by 5% for each hit. Could probably bring something else in his kit, or you can just simply not build him with any accuracy at all because his A2 and A3 does not need any accuracy. So it's just unfortunate that his A1 requires that, even though it's a very tiny turn meter reduction for the enemy. His passive, each time a continuous heal buff heals an ally, fills that ally's turn meter by 5%. So he places 2 on his A3. So of course that's a 10% turn meter fill for all allies. Still not so much. You could probably pair him with another champion that gives more continuous heal, so you can make a hyper defensive team with so many heals. But I think he could be, I think they could have made his kit a lot better than this one. Yeah, very underwhelming champion to start of the year. Last year we've had, or last month we've just had a very good champion, Tatura Rhymehyde, which is of course great for Hydra. This guy might also be great for Hydra, but it's just really all about heals, not nothing much. So I would want him to bring something else to the table. Maybe make this 100% right there. Make this one 10%, and then make him remove all debuffs, and then probably bring another debuff or buff on his A2. But yeah, as currently constructed, this guy, while he does look very cool, and I will still probably go get him because, of course, you may never know when these champions get a buff in the future. But yeah, really not looking forward to this champion when we finally get him. So what do you think about this guy? Are you excited? Are you not excited? I think most from what I've been hearing, especially from my clan mates, not really an exciting legendary. And for Plarium, of course, to succeed, or to get more players in, to keep the player base, they should be bringing in more exciting legendaries than this guy. Although it is a fragment event, which is a lot better than those traditional fusion events, so should be a piece of cake. I think we'll see to get this guy, but I will of course make a guide like I always do when we finally get the details of that fragment event. So look out for that one. All right. Well, that's it for this video. Not an exciting fragment event, legendary, but looking forward to a better buff than what Pixnil got. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one.